What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do something a little bit different. If you guys are long-time viewers, you know I used to do this back in the day. I used to do NBA and NFL videos together on days like this. I don't have time to make two videos today, so we're going to do NFL and NBA all in one video. Now, for Monday night, I will have Monday Night Football in a separate video. You'll get 4 picks for Monday, or 3 or 4 picks for Monday Night Football, and then you'll also get 3 to 4 picks for tomorrow's NBA slate as well. But for today, it's going to be 3 NFL and then 2 NBA plays for today's slate. The main reason I'm going heavier on NFL is because we get pretty much one big NFL slate per week. We get tons of NBA. Then NBA Sundays can sometimes be a little bit weird, so make sure you guys be careful with the NBA slate. We'll talk about all these games here in a minute. I will say in yesterday's video, I called almost every single NBA game correctly. We put money on the Phillies and the Cavs on a slip. I put 2 units. I put $400 on it. Ended up winning me $700. So I will say that did cash us out. We did not do well in our player props yesterday. Player props for college football and NBA did not go well. We had blowouts in NBA. Our man Ayton got pulled early due to a blowout. The Lakers got destroyed by Atlanta. I did call Atlanta winning, but at the same time, man, I didn't expect a blowout. So that ended up killing us on a couple slips. Both the rebounds and the PRA prop for Ayton ended up chalking due to that. And then our man Jalen Johnson ended up DNPing. So yesterday's player props did not go super well, but the money lines did do good, and hopefully we can continue smashing these money lines. So I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. If this video gets 250 likes, I will select a random comment down below to win a free month. So make sure you guys leave a like, drop a comment. You got to be a subscriber to win, so make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not already. And let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. So the winner is going to be for, drum roll, it's Bros16 who said keep up the good work. Well, Bros or B-Rose, I'm not sure how you say that. I really do appreciate it, my man. Send me a message on Discord. I will get you added for a free month of VIP, and I do appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little screenshot from my ThunderPick account. So if you guys have been in the Discord, you know I've been pushing ThunderPick a little bit more. I've been playing on ThunderPick a lot more. I joined ThunderPick a couple of years ago, and it used to be crypto based, so I used to kind of not play on it as much. But my hit rate on ThunderPick was 80%, as I saw yesterday. 181 placed with 144 won, which is absolutely crazy to me. So this was back when I was doing $50 to $100 slips. I'm playing 2 to 250 right now on ThunderPick, and we've been crushing it. We crushed our only slip yesterday, which was I think I've already said that, but the Cavs and the Phillies, or Cavs and Sixers together on a parlay. It ended up cashing us out. I put 2 units on that one, which I gave away for free in the video. So been killing it on ThunderPick. If you guys want to be a part of this, all the ThunderPick plays are on our Discord, and you guys do get free VIP if you sign up for ThunderPick. So sign up for ThunderPick using our link. The link will be in the Discord only. You cannot get this link in on our YouTube channel, but the link's in the Discord. We'd love to have you guys a part of it. You do get $25 cash back if you sign up for ThunderPick. It's either Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. I will send you your first $25 deposit back. So if you deposit $25, you get free VIP. They will double your deposit for $50, and then you also get a free month, or you'll also get your 25 cents back. So no brainer on that one if you guys are interested. But if you want to join our Discord, Discord's free to join. Link to the Discord's down in the description. If you want to get every single play that I'm going to have all day long for NFL, NBA, today and tomorrow, all week long for the full month, you can go join on WAP. So anyways, link to the WAP is down in the description. We'd love to have you guys in the Discord. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these games. So we're going to start with NFL. We're going to break this down into 2 sections. So we're going to do all the props together, and then we're going to do all the games together. So I'm not going to talk about every single one of these games. I'm really not. I'm going to call some winners, and then we're going to go to NBA, and we're going to call some winners on NBA. But we're not going to like go in depth for 45 minutes and talk about every single game on this slate. But right now we got the Falcons playing the Colts. I don't even know what the score of the game is right now. I know the Colts were winning. I obviously had Colts in my fantasy league pick 'em. They're minus 300 right now. I don't know if that's current odds or if that was opening odds. I'm not real sure on that one. I actually forgot the game started early, and I woke up at like 9 a.m. and yeah. Anyways, I had to try to find some props first before making the video. But anyways, got the Colts winning. Hopefully they win. I'm pulling for the Colts to have a great season. They've been killing it, and yeah, hopefully they do get that dub in my opinion. But next game we have is going to be the Panthers versus the Saints. This game, Carolina is minus 200 favorites. I'm not going to go over all this. You guys can see the spread. You guys can see the total. You guys can look at it. I'm not going to do this on every game today just because I am cutting it close on time. So right now we got the Panthers Minus 200 favorites at home, 85% of the money, 59% of the money on the spread. For me, man, the Panthers obviously aren't a good team, but neither are the Saints. Saints are 1-8. They have got one win all season versus the Giants like 5 weeks ago. So, been struggling, man. The Saints can't get a win to save their life right now. Panthers are coming off a win versus Green Bay in Green Bay. So Panthers looking a little bit better. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. In a game versus the Saints, for me, it's Panthers all day. It's minus 200. It's juiced. It's hard to want to bet on the Panthers either anyways. But Dowdle's been looking good, man. And I gotta run with this Panthers team while they're hot right now versus this Saints terrible team that they have. They have both terrible offense and defense right now. So hard for me to trust a team like that for the Saints, who's won 1 of 8 games or 1 of 9 games. So for me, Panthers all day on this one. Next game we got is a little closer one. We got the Patriots taking on the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. So the Bucs right now minus 138 favorites, minus 2.5 on the spread. The total sitting at 48.5. Right now this is pretty close on the money lines. You got 61% of the money on New England money line. Then you got 78% of the money on the Buccaneers covering the 2.5 spread. So they got Buccaneers winning by at least a field goal. 54% of the money on the over on this total. Now this game right here, like I said, is a close one. Both teams winning majority of games this season, but if you look at the Patriots, dude, Patriots on a 6-game win streak. They've won every game on the road. Bucs have lost one of their only games on the road. They've won 2 of 3 games at home. So 4th game at home. They played a lot on the road themselves, and they've got a lot of dubs, man. They lost to Detroit in Detroit, which is a tough game, obviously, against the Lions. This Lions team is electric and really good. But if you look at the Patriots, man, the Patriots have been freaking dominant. And right now, injury news for both teams looking a little bit tough. So obviously, Ramondre Stevenson is out. Toe injury, I'm assuming, I guess, for his toe. But anyways, I'm not exactly sure the state of that injury. Now, I'm looking at the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers missing a lot, man. You got Mike Evans, obviously, injury reserve. Godwin, obviously, is going to be out. Bucky Irving is out. They're missing so much on this offense that it's really hard for me to trust this. Now, you got Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Clutch quarterback who has struggled in a couple of games that we've seen. I could see him having success, but at the same time, does he have enough success to beat a team that's been as hot as this Patriots team? And the Patriots team looking strong, man. Like, I got to roll with my man Drake May in this one. I've got to run with the Patriots for plus money. I did put $200 on this one at plus 136. If you want to take the play, you can. If you think Tampa Bay wins, trust your gut. But for me, I'm running with the Patriots, man. I think the Patriots are going to sneak out a win today on the road versus Tampa Bay and continue this little win streak that they're on. Obviously, this could go either way. There's a lot of money on both sides, so I don't think this one's going to be one of those, like, blatantly obvious, like, random flag calls. I'm hoping the refs kind of just let this game play out and let the better team win. But we'll see what happens here. I've got the Patriots, man, taking the Patriots for plus money. And for me, I didn't have too much of a hard decision on this one. Now, I will say, this game could go either way, for sure. But for me, my gut told me New England all the way. So I'm running with New England, trusting my gut on this one. Next game we got is the Bears versus the Giants. Another tough game, man. The Giants, obviously, Scatterboo is out. He's got injured in his last game. We can come over here and take a look. Take a look at this team, and it should show all their injuries. So injury versus Scatterbo, right ankle injury, so he's out, obviously. Neighbor, I mean, they got a lot of injuries. I'm not going to go through every single one of these injuries. This Giants team is beat up. If you look at this Bears team, it's football. Every team has a lot of injuries. DeAndre Swift is questionable. I'm not sure if he's going to play or not. If Swift plays, obviously that gives a better offense for this Bears team. The Bears playing at home. They looked pretty good recently. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Giants on a 3-game lose streak, getting beat by 3 good teams, man. It's the Eagles, the Niners, and then the Broncos. They're 3 good teams that beat them. They did win on the road at home versus Philly the 4th game ago, but it's tough, man. This game's tough for me to call. I almost want to take Giants for plus 205, but without Scatterboo, man, it's really tough for this team. Like, he was electric on the offense, man. They could not stop him. He has been a good running back his rookie season, and missing him is tough. So right now I'm kind of leaning for my pick 'em. I have the Bears selected. I don't know if I'm going to change this or not. I'm probably not going to put money on this one. I'm obviously not putting money on the Bears at minus 210. I would never do that. So for me, it would end up being either touching the spread somewhere. I don't like minus 4.5. The spread is just way too high for the Bears anyway. So maybe the Giants plus 4.5 or Giants money line is what I would lean with on this one. But who knows, man? I may just fade this game sportsbook all the way. So that one's kind of up in the air. I'm going to put a question mark on this game. For me, at the odds they are right now, I'd probably roll with the Giants on this one, and hopefully they can maybe sneak out a win on the road versus the Bears. But Next game we have is going to be Clash of the Anti-Titans, or whatever you want to call this, Clash of the Ants. We got the 2-6 Browns taking on the 1-7 Jets in New York. So the Jets right now plus 122 underdogs at home. Public betting has 70% of the money on the Browns money line, and then 77% of the money on the Browns to cover a 1.5 point spread. This is one of those games, very low scoring. Both offenses are going to be terrible. Browns have a good defense. The Jets defense is pretty poverty, but I mean, the Browns' offense is poverty, so who knows what's going to happen here. For me, I'm running with the Browns. I put $200 on the Browns. I will say that. I did play them, actually. They have 2 wins versus the Jets. Just got their first win on the road versus the Bengals. They did beat the Bengals on the road 39-38. That was a very high-scoring game, a 1-point victory. Neither team really looked very good, so at least Cleveland has a good defense is all I'm going to say on this one. Now, there's a lot of money on Cleveland, which worries me a little bit. I didn't think this was a trap game just because it's the Jets. Can a game really be a trap versus the Jets? I don't know. This Jets team is horrendous. The Browns have been really good at stopping some of these explosive teams, and I think that they can stop the Jets. Breece Hall, I mean, really, and I'm pretty sure, like, there's no injuries that we need to look at here mainly for the Jets. Is there? No, yeah. Garrett Wilson, questionable. But other than that, man, it looks really looking like it's probably going to be a very low-scoring game. I'm just going to run with the Browns. I got to trust the Browns here. There's nothing that the Jets have shown me to make me put any type of money on them whatsoever. They are not going to steal my bread like that. They steal my bread because they beat the Browns. Now, I'm okay with that. I can take that L. But if I put money on the Jets and they get beat by 20, I will be sick to my stomach knowing that I was dumb enough to put money on a team that can't win a game. So that's all I'm going to say. So I'm taking the Browns on this one, personally. Next game, we got the Dolphins versus the Bills. I'm not even going to go over this. Dolphins are poverty. I'm taking the Bills all day. If the Dolphins win, whatever, they're still a trash team, in my opinion. They have not looked good. I can't trust them either at all, both offensively or defensively. So I'm running with the Bills. This Bills should get a pretty easy win on the road here versus Miami, in my opinion. Next game, we got Vikings versus the Ravens. This is a game that I think is going to be closer than the spread and things give it credit for. So they got Minnesota plus 4.5. You got 78% of the money on Ravens money line, then 86% on them covering the spread. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, Baltimore is not looking good, man. They've won 3 of their 8 games on the season. Like, they are not looking strong at all. They did beat Miami 28-6, but that's Miami. We just talked about Miami. They beat the Bears the week before. They do have Lamar back. Make sure, just have to confirm Lamar is not actually sitting or something, and then I don't check it and somebody BM me in the comments. So yeah, Lamar is good. Aaron Jones is questionable for this Vikings offense, which is pretty big for them, obviously. Other than that, I mean, Carson Wentz is injury reserve, but I mean, they got J.J. McCarthy. We should be good to go. We'll see. Hopefully he stays healthy. But regardless, man, Vikings just beat Detroit in Detroit. Just come off an upset versus the Lions. Tough game. Them doing that, man, it's hard to count the Vikings out. Now, in my Pick'em League, and my Pick'em League is I'm just picking winners. It's not against the spread. This is literally just picking winners. I took the Ravens, and I have the Ravens right now. This could change within the next 2 hours before the game starts. But I will say, Vikings at plus 205 is the only bet that I would place on this game. I'm not trusting Baltimore at minus 200. They have not looked good. Derrick Henry's fumbled 15 times this year. Like, he hasn't had that ground-breaking season like he usually has. Like, he struggled a little bit. He had a decent game last week, but I think it was last week he had a decent game, but he struggled in the majority of the weeks this season. So Vikings defense isn't bad. They do have a pretty mediocre offense, especially missing Aaron Jones, so we'll see what happens with that. But this Ravens defense is poverty. Anybody can move the ball versus the Ravens, so who knows, man. For me, at plus 200, you got to run with Minnesota or the spread plus 4.5. I can't trust the Ravens here. I just really can't. So I'm probably going to run with it. I might end up putting half a unit on the Vikings, just to be honest with you. So we'll see. I think the Ravens win, to be honest. But in terms of where the actual money lies and where the odds are at plus 200 on Minnesota is looking pretty enticing. Next game we have is going to be the Jags versus the Texans. Minus 100 favorites for Houston. Pretty much an even 50-50 split. Whenever I put money on this game, it was minus 112 for both teams. It was literally 50-50 split right down the middle for both. This is going to be another low-scoring game, in my opinion, a 37.5 total. Texans are missing C.J. Stroud. Texans are 3-5 this season. Jags are 5-3. Right now, more money is on the Texans. It's pretty close, though. It's not a significant difference in terms of where the money lies. It's kind of a coin flip here. This is a coin flip game. Now, I'm going to tell you, I called the Jags to win this. The Texans just now got their offense firing. The last few weeks, their offense has looked way better than the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season. C.J. Stroud being out, man, I feel like they struggle. They're just going to struggle to move the ball. And the Jags at least have their starting running back and quarterback. Like, they've struggled as well, but I can see the Jags getting down the field a couple of times, scoring a couple of TDs. Maybe this ends up being like a field goal battle. Obviously, the kicker for the Texans is pretty dang good. Fairburn kicks a lot of field goals. He gets his opportunities, and this could be a field goal game. But for me, man, I got to run with the Jags here without C.J. Stroud. I've called the Jags from the beginning. I thought they were going to have a better season. They've had some games they've give up that I thought they should have won. And I'm going to roll with them here and trust them versus the Texans. If C.J. Stroud was playing, I'd run with the Texans. I'm going to be honest with you. So it's just tough to call here. This one's one if you trust your gut and you think the Texans win. Take the Texans. Don't let me sway you at all. I'm just running with the Jags here. They are on the road. This could go either way for me. Jags could get blown out. Who knows, man? You don't never know with some of these games. Some of these games just could become the complete opposite, kind of like the Lakers last night, getting blown out when the Hawks are missing everybody and they're on a back-to-back. So anyways, I like this game for Jags. I'm going to roll this. I think that player props in some of these games are going to be a little bit tough. Now, I will say the late games, we're looking at 4 p.m. plus. We got some good games, man. So we got the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Going to be electric, very high or pretty high scoring. Should be good for player props. Commanders versus Lions, going to be good for player props. Rams versus Niners should be good for player props. Look at these totals. Totals almost a 50 on those two games. Steelers versus Chargers, pretty good for player props. I'm not going to go through all these games. I'm going to pick my winners. I got the Seahawks. That's all I'm going to say. You got more money on the Seahawks, obviously. Cardinals haven't looked super good. They did end up beating Cowboys last week, so I mean I can't say too much. But if you look at this Seahawks team, Seahawks have been really, really good this season. So I'm going to run with the Seahawks to get another dub tonight at home versus the weak Cardinals team. I like that one. Minus 300. I'm just calling them as the winner. I don't trust them at minus 6.5. I'm probably just going to fade this on the sportsbook play. Maybe they win by a touchdown. Maybe you could take the 6.5. It's a little bit juiced. We'll see. But for me, the winner of this game is the Seahawks. Winner of this game is going to be Detroit. Detroit's minus 300 favorites. Couldn't really put too much money on them. I take Detroit minus a touchdown. I would take that if you can get them at minus 6.5 and buy it down slightly. Or you could run a teaser, Detroit minus 105. A teaser for these two games. I will run a teaser for this. I'm going to take Detroit minus 0.5, so Detroit to win, and then I'm going to run it with the Seahawks plus 0.5, which will give us Seahawks to win pretty much. So Seahawks and Detroit money line. If it's better, I'll check the teaser, then I'll check the actual money lines together, see which one has the better odds. But for me, that's what I'm going to be running. We got the Rams versus the Niners. This game's a little bit coin flip. I'm going to take the Rams just because the Niners are so beat up and so injured. Rams are minus 240 favorites on the road. This is a tough game. I could see somehow the Niners coming out and pulling out a dub, but I am going to run with the Rams on this one. And then the Steelers versus the Chargers, the last game of the day. This one's a little bit tough. You can get the Steelers at plus 138. The Steelers have been looking pretty dang good, man. They just come off a dub versus Indiana. The Colts have been a strong team this year. I had the Colts winning last week, and they lost to the Steelers. Now, the Steelers are on the road versus the Chargers. The Chargers have looked pretty decent this year as well. They do have some strong losses. Lost to the Giants, lost to Washington, and lost to the Colts. Now, the Colts is a good loss. These two losses are kind of mid, man. I could see the Steelers coming out here and pulling off a dub. Let me go back to that. What I was just looking at. Are there losses on the road? That's what we need to check here. So, yeah, both their losses are at home. I mean, both of them. So this could be a spot where they get beat again at home by this Steelers team. So we'll see. For me, I'm not going to put too much money on this one. I do have the Chargers right now. I'm going to pick them. I may change that to the Steelers. I'm kind of breaking this down. I'm going to see where the money goes. If the money gets too high on the Steelers, then obviously I'll take the Rams. But if there's too much money on this could be a trap too. You can see all the money on the Steelers because the Steelers have been playing well. And it's like the Steelers at plus money, maybe we take them. So this could be a trap game for the Chargers to win, and which is another reason I like the Chargers. But it's coin flip on this one as well, so trust your gut on that one, whichever one you want. So we're going to jump over to these NBA games. This is a long video. I know I'm going to have timestamps on this video so that you guys can go to the player prop section if you want to miss this. But regardless, I'm going to go through these kind of quick. So Houston versus Milwaukee. I have been against the Bucks so many times this season. It has bit me in the butt every single time pretty much. Now, Rockets coming off a loss versus the Spurs. If you look at the Rockets on the road, they're 3-2 of this season, and the Bucks at home are 4-1. The Bucks have looked really, really good. Both teams are on a 2 days rest. Bucks just beat the Bulls. Houston's a better team to me, man. I got to run with the Rockets, man. I like the Rockets in this matchup. I'm going to go against Giannis and friends one more time. If it bites me in the butt again, you won't see me bet against the Bucks for a while. But I am taking the Rockets here. I think the Rockets are the better team. I think they got more depth, and I just think the Rockets are going to come out here and get a win on the road at minus 156, and you will probably see me put some money on that one. Next game we have is the Magic versus the Celtics. This game's a big fade for me. I'm probably going to take the Magic at home, but I'm not going to be putting money on this one. OKC versus Memphis. 10.5 point spread. Going to be fading this game as well. I got OKC winning for sure. A lot of money is probably going to be on OKC. Yeah, 77% of money on OKC covering their 10.5-point spread. Now, that spread's pretty high. They might cover it. For me, this game's going to be a no-go even for player props. Just saying. Next game, we got the Nets versus the Knicks. This game, it's a 15.5-point spread in New York. Lots of money on the Knicks. Now, the Nets have actually kept some of these games closer than I expected. They just got beat by 18 points 2 days ago versus Detroit, and, they've looked pretty bad, let's be honest. I could see some players in this game. Like, I like this MPJ, man. And Michael Porter Jr. has been playing pretty dang good for these props. I may end up running him in this game. We'll see. So, there's some props I want to take on this one. Obviously, for the sports book, this is a no-touch for me unless you're going to take the total in this game. I don't know, man. That total's kind of coin flip for me. I probably won't touch the total either. This game's probably a big X. There's a lot of teams on the NBA right now that or a lot of games on the NBA right now that I just don't want to really fool with because of injury news, and then teams on back-to-backs, and some teams just be in poverty right now, like kind of like the Nets. But next game we have is the Pistons versus the Sixers. Sixers on a back-to-back and a close win versus the Bulls last night. So it was a very close game. Versus the Raptors last night. My bad, not the Bulls. But beat the Raptors 130-120. Very high-scoring game, very fast-paced. The Pistons coming off of a win versus the Nets. They're on a 5-game win streak. They beat the Nets 2 days ago. They're right now sitting 3-1 on the road. Philly is 3-1 at home. I got Detroit on this one. You can get Detroit right now at -156. I put $250 on this one to win a little over 400 or right at 400. I did play this line. I'm going to continue playing the Pistons while they're hot. The Pistons have been good, man. Against the team on a back-to-back. Philly struggled versus Toronto. I think the Pistons are better than Toronto as well. And this Pistons team is actually looking really, really good. So I think it's going to be very good for props if you want to follow this game for player props or come up with your own slips or whatever. But I do take the Pistons money line on this one. Pacers versus Golden State. I'm fading this game. It's a huge spread. Pacers have been struggling. They're on a back-to-back. I'm just not touching this one. And then we have the Kings versus the T-Wolves. This game could be close. The one thing I'm worried about right now is Sabonis is questionable. If Sabonis plays, I like Sabonis. Sabonis has been sitting, so I don't even know if I like Sabonis if he plays. If Sabonis plays, this game stays pretty competitive. I just don't know if he's going to be limited or not. He has left ribs bruised, whatever the injury concerns. I'm not sure how serious his injury is. Obviously, if he's questionable, it can't be too serious. But this Kings team's not that bad, man. I don't think they're bad with Sabonis playing. Minnesota's the better team, in my opinion. Neither team are on a back-to-back, so this game should be close, should be good for props. I like it. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for NBA. So right now we are 22 minutes in and we are jumping into player props. So this will be tagged. We're going to go over our NFL player props first, and then we will jump over to the NBA player props. So first player prop that I have for today for the NFL is going to be for our man. Let me get this pulled up. Let me get my list pulled up over here. It's going to be for Drake May. Now, I play Drake May fantasy on Prizepicks. A lot of you guys can't play Drake May fantasy because you're playing on a sports book or something like that. If you are playing on a sports book, you can run with passing TDs or passing yards. I like Drake May for 1.5 passing touchdowns. You can look at Tampa Bay's passing defense. They give up 1.4 passing TDs per game. You can come over here and you can look at New England's pass versus run rate. 53% pass, 47% run. If you look at rush attempts, they got Ramondre Stevenson and then Travion Henderson. Right now, Stevenson is their number one RB, 32% of the rush share, who is not playing this game. So they got Henderson, they got Drake May, they got Antonio Gibson. They got some backup running backs that are going to be playing. But for the majority of this game, I think this is going to be the Drake May show. Drake May, 1.5 passing TDs is my move for this play. Or you can take his fantasy score. I played his fantasy score on Prizepicks at 19.5. I will pull up a free slip for you guys. I will lock this slip in live for you guys. So Drake May, I'm gonna double down on this slip just to put my money where my mouth is. 19.5 fantasy. We're gonna lock this in. Fantasy score scoring chart. You can see you get 0.4 passing yards. So 100 passing yards is gonna be 4 points. Or every 25 passing yards is gonna be 1 point. Rushing yards, every 10 rushing yards is the point. A passing TD is 4. Obviously, turnovers are gonna be negative points as well. So, like that play for Drake May. You can get his passing yards if you want to play his passing yards. I'm expecting them to have a big game in this matchup. I don't think this Tampa Bay defense is going to be able to stop them too much. They've been pretty high-scoring games with Tampa Bay. You can look at their passing defense. Tampa Bay's passing defense is one of the worst in the league. 22nd ranked defense, giving up 230 passing yards per game. Drake May's had over 250 passing yards in almost every game this season, 6 of 9 games. Some of these games he has been under, but a lot of these games have been blowouts too. 31-13, they're going to run the ball. 42-13, they're going to run the the ball, 33-27. That game, he barely went under, but they probably had some success running the ball versus this Miami defense. So you got to look at games like that as well. This is a game where if you want to run his 249.5 passing yards, I don't think it's bad. I'd probably buy it down to like 224 and play him at like 225. That would be my personal opinion because a lot of these games have been close to 250 passing yards. So for me, if you want to take something different, I like his fantasy the best. I do think he throws passing TDs, obviously, or I wouldn't take his fantasy, so 2.5 or 1.5 passing TDs, or you can take his passing yards there. I think either of those work for Drake May, and I will go ahead and pull up this slip for you guys. I want you guys to see that I did lock in this slip on Prizepicks, if you guys do want to tell. So I locked it in on Prizepicks, 100 to win 225, Drake May with Baker Mayfield. Now, we're going to lock this in live again, because some freaking slips can be faked, and there's people that fake them all the time, and I'm not going to be one of those guys. So 210 passing yards, 209.5, 1.2x. This is going to be a 2.24, so pretty much the exact same value. I'm going to throw $250 on it on parlay play, have a bigger bankroll here, so I play more on parlay play, but you can see Drake May, Baker Mayfield, 100 for 225. So let's go ahead and pull up Baker Mayfield. 209 passing yards. If I can find passing yards, I'll probably pass it up. Pass yards, that's first quarter or something. Yep. Pass yards, 209.5. He's cashed it about every game this season, 6 of 8 games. Had a rough game versus New Orleans. They did end up winning. I think there was a lot of turnovers that caused them to win that game so bad. But in many ways, you can look at New England's pass defense from 19th in the league. They're missing Bucky Irving again, so their running game is going to be a little bit weaker than it usually would be. They throw the ball 58% of the time anyways. Obviously, they got Rachaad White still. Rachaad White getting the majority of the snaps right now. He usually splits them with Bucky Irving. But run game, I think, is going to struggle a little bit versus New England. Now, passing game might struggle as well. It is Baker Mayfield. They are missing a lot of their offense right now. Baker may struggle to move the ball, but he is clutch. He can find openings. If he's having a hot day and at home, which he should, then I think we're going to have a good game from him. So 210 passing yards is low to begin with. He's averaging 240 on the season. Don't think there's any reason we couldn't take Baker Mayfield at that low of a line, but if you guys don't like it, just take the other side of it or take under his original line. You can have a better payout anyways, but running under on Baker, it's just a little bit sketchy to me. So that's going to be slip number 1. The first 2 picks. The last play that I like for NFL is going to be for our man Quinshon Judkins. We are taking Judkins over 69.5 receiving yards, or rushing yards, not receiving yards, rushing yards. So we already talked about this game. I think the Browns win. I think that they're going to lead. I mean, they got Dylan Gabriel right now starting. Where's the rushing yards? Here it is. So 69.5. This season, he has cashed it 4 of 7 games. He's averaging right at 69.5 on the season. Looking at this Jets rushing defense, one of the worst rushing defenses in the league, giving up 136 rushing yards per game, 108 to the running back position. Now, they run the ball 37% and pass the ball 63%. Majority of that reason is because they are always behind. This is a game where they're probably not going to be behind, even though they pass the ball at that rate. Look how many rush attempts Quinshon Judkins gets. Judkins gets almost 20 rushing attempts per game unless they are getting absolutely destroyed. If they get absolutely destroyed by this Jets team, I will be appalled at this Cleveland Browns team. So I don't think they get destroyed by the Jets unless it's just complete like bullcrap turnovers and flags and things like that. But play a regular game, they beat them majority of times. And right now at 20 rush attempts per game, Judkins, some of these getting mid-20s. Like, I can't not take him for 69.5 rushing yards against a team that has a terrible rushing defense. Somebody putting up this volume against this type of defense, it's hard to not take him here. So 69.5, you can take him in his regular line if you want. I like Judkins. I bought it down slightly. His original line is going to be 79.5. You can take it here if you want, or 83.5 on some platforms. I am buying it down for 1.3x, and I'm going to show you guys why. It's because I'm pairing it with 2 NBA plays. So for the NBA, we are going to get swapped over. The first NBA play where I'm taking, and you guys may hate this, is going to be for our man Amon Thompson. And I'm going to show you guys why, I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with Judkins here. So Amon Thompson, I'm running his points 14.5. He just chalked this last game. Yes, we played this exact same play versus the Spurs. He had 14 points. He sold our sweep with 14. You can't ban a player because they sell you one time on the same prop. That line was not high. He had almost 30 points in 2 games prior to that. They're going against a team versus the Bucks that gives up a decent amount of points, 118 points per game overall to the point guard position and shooting guard position. They give up a lot to the guard position overall. They also give up a lot of points to the small forward and power forward. So good matchups for a man, Amon Thompson, in my opinion. He can both play the forward or the guard position. He's obviously, they got a big team, this Houston Rockets team does. He's putting up around 14.5 field goal attempts per game. He had 12 his last game, and he shot 33%. Usually that's not going to happen. You can look at the rest of them. I mean, some games he's getting 10 or 8 attempts. I do like his chances here to give us at least 12 to 14 attempts to give us 15 points. That's just my opinion. I'm going to trust Amon Thompson one more time. If he sells me on this points line, I probably won't play his points again for a little bit unless it's just a great matchup. But for me, sheesh, dude, I can't click. But for me, Amon Thompson at 14.5 points is not bad. Now, you can play it with Judkins right here. It's going to give you a 1.8x. I'm pairing it with 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this in potentially a round robin. We'll see. I might mix it up a little bit. But I do like Amon Thompson here. We can come over here and look at this Bucks team. We can come down here to Amon Thompson, look at the scoring chart. Scoring chart is all yellows. Not bad as long as you don't see all red and stuff like that. You have a decent scoring chart. Yellow is fine for me. 70% of his shots under the rim. 84% of his shots in the paint altogether. I like this matchup for our man Amon Thompson here, so I'm going to be locking him in. I'm going to take another chance with him. If you want to fade it, just fade it. The last play of the day that I have is going to be for our man Jalen Duren. I like Duren. I like this Pistons team. I like this matchup. Embiid is doubtful. You can come over here to this lineup. Tobias Harris is out. Jaden Ivey's out. Isaiah Stewart, another center, is going to be doubtful. If you look at our man Jalen Duren's minutes, he's averaging 30-something plus minutes per game on the season so far. Or 27 on the season. When Isaiah Stewart sits, who is doubtful, obviously he's going to get more playing time right now. Head-to-head, last season he went under every game versus Philly, but he only played 14 minutes per game on average. He's getting big minutes. You give Duren big minutes, and he's a beast. Philly, obviously going to be, you got Embiid right now, who is doubtful. Embiid plays lazy on defense anyway, so that doesn't really bother me if he stays in. McCain is obviously questionable. I'm hoping they play just so that this becomes a closer game, doesn't end up being a blowout or something. But I do like the chances here for our man Jalen Duren to give us a double-double. You can play his rebounds. You can play his points. You can play whatever you want for him. I'm taking his double-double. It's a 1.3x, so we'll pull up Jalen Duren here real quick. Why does it keep switching to NFL? So Jalen Duren. You can take fantasy at 41.5. Sheesh. So I'm taking his double-double. This does give us a 2.6x, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run these in a 3-man. 250 to win 625. And then I'm going to play a 2-man. So I'm going to run it back with Duren on a different prop, I think, with just Judkins, because I don't want to play too much on Amon. So we're going to play just a Duren play with Judkins and see what we can get here. So we could go with field goals made, field goal attempts. We got double-double. We got fantasy. How's he been doing on fantasy? Let's take a look at this fantasy. That fantasy score is very high. I know a lot of you ain't going to like fantasy anyway. Yeah. I don't think I want to play a 41.5 fantasy for him. He's not the guy that I would usually take for fantasy points. Points and rebounds will be a good play. We can get it at 29.5. That's a pretty high line, to be honest. 29.5 PRA. If we play that with Judkins, what does it give us? We can play that, or we can play like 14.5 points or 15. No, we can't. I want to play like 15.5 points, but I can't do that either. So we're going to pair this with Judkins, see what the payout is. 69.5, probably going to be like a 1.7x. So 1.77. I'm going to play this. We can maybe throw it in with a promo. We'll see what promos they have. So we got Trevor Lawrence passing yards, Breece Hall rush yards, Egbuka. What kind of NBA do we have? Bankero, 6.5 boards versus the Celtics. That's probably a good play. Could probably play that. I just don't want to double down too much on these players. Let's just do this. I'm just going to play a low payout slip on this one. That's 3 slips I gave you guys anyway overall. So we got Drake May and Baker Mayfield locked in. We got Duren, Thompson, and Judkins locked in. And then I played Duren with Judkins again. Now listen, if you don't have a big bankroll, fade one of these 2 slips. Pick the ones you want, fade the other one. I'm playing on both because if Amon chalks me again, I don't want that to be the only play that I have with Duren and with Judkins. If Duren gets a double-double, he has 20 already. That's 10 points, 10 rebounds, or 10 assists. It's probably going to be points and rebounds, let's be honest. But anyways, he can get 20 points in a game and 10 rebounds and easily give us 30 PRA. So that's why I like the PRA as well. But anyways, I like these slips, guys. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. I'm about to upload this video. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope you guys cash every single one of your slips, and I'll see you guys in the next video.